In this video number 190, I talk on an important topic with respect to the health of the human beings. The topic is use of drones in diagnostics. We are aware that our health is judged by diagnostics the, with the supervision and guidance by medical experts, doctors. Now, in the diagnostics nowadays, in some countries, the drones are being used for collecting the samples like urine samples, blood samples, tissue samples, then biopsy is done. So, and drones will carry these test samples to the destination where the analysis of these samples is held. Maybe it is maybe a few kilometers away or few miles or maybe far away from the place from where the samples are collected. That means when the test samples, say blood test samples, urine samples or any biopsy related test samples are packed and sent through drones sent to the diagnostic centers or the centers where the instruments are there, analyzers are there for analyzing these test samples. There, what happens? The drones are, after all, they are human made and they are all man made machines operated by batteries and some mechanics. When the drones run on mechanics powered by some batteries, anything may happen on the way en route to the from the collecting centers to the diagnostic centers or the analyze centers where the samples are analyzed. It may be far away or nearby, but somehow the drones carry these test samples to the diagnostic centers. But what happens is sometimes, for example, some virus variants are very hazardous. Even bacterial, some antibiotics, drug resistant bacteria may be there in the blood samples or human test samples. Then what happens is in a situation where the drones may fail to deliver properly or may fall down, may crash down on the way, leading to the destruction of the packages of the carrying the test samples, which may contain very hazardous viruses, hazardous bacteria, hazardous fungi, and hazardous pathogens. By the destruction of the packages due to crashing of the drones on the way, then the hazardous pathogens like viruses, microbes, bacteria, and fungi may come down or may enter the atmosphere, the soil. They enter the soil and spread over to the human beings nearby, or may be polluting water, may be mixed up with the soil and water nearby, and may be washed away by rain and floods to the nearest rivers, rivulets, and thereby causing a lot of health hazards affecting the humanity, affecting the people in the community. So that's how, to the extent possible, The diagnosis center should not use drones for sending the samples to the centers of analysis, diagnosis centers from the collecting centers, because it may happen, anything may happen on the way when the drones carry these test samples containing hazardous pathogens, hazardous viruses, hazardous bacteria. Say for example, for instance, COVID virus. COVID virus is very, very hazardous, and some COVID virus variants, some new variants of the COVID may not be, mean they may not have the proper vaccines. Still, vaccines have to be invented, and for such a new COVID variants. Even bacteria also nowadays, due to the use of very a number of antibiotics are being used, and when the antibiotics are not judicially used, administered to the patients, then in such patients, drug resistant, antibiotic resistant bacteria are developed, grown, and when such drug resistant bacteria are there spreading to the fellow humans in course of time, then it will be helpless in the hands of even doctors. Doctors will become helpless to treat such patients infected with drug resistant bacteria, and that's why drug resistant bacteria, hazardous fungi, hazardous pathogens, hazardous virus may be there in the test samples collected from the human beings. And then if such test samples are packed and sealed and carried by the drones in the sky from collection centers to the analysis centers or diagnosis centers where machinery is there, instruments are there to analyze these samples, then an accident may occur, or drones may crash down, and resulting the mixing of the pathogens in the atmosphere or in the soil, in the water, leading to hazardous situation, and which will result in the health hazards in human beings. Infections may arise, and which may be become very pandemic like COVID. So, dear viewers, it's my humble suggestion. Maybe anyone adopting this kind of drones, I think it's not. I don't suggest. In my opinion, it's not safe to use drones for in diagnostics to send the test samples to destination where analyzers are there. So, dear viewers, if you like my video, kindly share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much, dear viewers.